Cześć, ja was witam bardzo serdecznie w grze CSI Kryminalne Zagadki Las Vegas, Niezbite Dowody. Więc jest to gra na podstawie serialu CSI. Nie. No i tworzymy sobie profil. Własny profil. Kurwo. No i dobra. Zaczynamy tą grę. Na razie będzie taki wstępniak, który zapoznamy się z ludźmi.
Welcome to Graveyard. Thanks for coming in on such short notice. Have you met Nick Stokes?
Hey, night shift's been wild all week. We could use another live body.
Nick's one of our finest CSIs. I think you'll work well together. No time for a tour of the lab, though. There's a fresh crime scene waiting for you.
Let's use the mobile analysis unit.
Fine. Just be sure to fill it up afterwards. If you leave now, you should arrive at daybreak. Good luck out there.
Thanks. Okay, partner. Ready when you are.
Dobra. Pana lokację. No to zapierdalamy na miejsce zbrodni. Więc tak. CSI ma 5 takowych spraw do rozwiązania, czyli 5 odcinków, jeden odcinek na jedną sprawę będzie. No i wiecie, te odcinki będą tak po godzinie, tak mniej więcej jak film trwa. Dobra, pierwsze miejsce. Co to będzie, co to będzie? Taksówka chyba?
LVFD notified us as soon as they put out the fire. Our Vic's that former cabbie, current charcoal briquette.
No dobra. No to co, poszukamy jakiś poszlak? Zrobimy na początku może zdjęcie tego całego. Jep.
Looks like a flash fire to me. Hot and quick. Fires like that don't happen without help.
No raczej same się nie wywołują. Dobra. Musimy się skupić na tym całym... Wiecie, na tym...
I've sealed the car doors to preserve evidence till we get it back to the garage.
Na tej całej sprawie musimy się skupić. Co my tu mamy? Tu coś jest. O. Weźmiemy sobie pensetką. Hop. Dobra, jakieś nieznane coś. Odlew zrobimy buta. Mamy odcisk buta. Jeszcze jebniemy fotę tak całościową.
Good idea to photograph the crime scene. It helps to provide reference for us later on. It makes it easier to reconstruct how it went down.
Dobra. Co my tu jeszcze mamy? O! Kanister. Hopla.
Smells like gasoline, but my nose is not a lab. We'll make sure.
No kurwa, co może być w kanistrze, ziom?
Look at that critter. That'll put a smile on Grissom's face. See if you can catch it.
No właśnie,
without harming it, of course.
ten cały nasz szef jest taki popierdolony i zbiera robale, nie? Dobra. Co my tu jeszcze mamy? Tu jest coś? Jakieś punkty dokładności? Chuj wie.
Looks like this area is clean. Way to be
Dobra.
thorough.
Nie pitol mi tu. Kuźwa. O. Co my tu mamy? Terpentyna. O. Jest odcisk. Dobra. Będzie. Dobra, jeszcze go odciśniemy. No i mamy. O, dziura jakaś. Jakiś materiał?
Not the right tool for this.
Nie? A, on jest taki większy troszkę.
Uh-oh. Looks like somebody snagged their clothes on this fence. Possibly the perp.
A całkiem możliwe, że jest sprawca. Co my tu mamy? Co to jest tu?
Looks like skin. Let's get the lab's opinion.
No, możliwy płat skóry.
Good job. This area is clean.
Co my tu jeszcze możemy mieć? Tu już chyba nic, co? Dobra, zapieprzamy do biura. Te pitolone loading screeny co chwilę.
When we're done here, I'll get the cab towed to the garage. We'll do the interior there. Controlled environment.
Dobra, mamy wszystko. Takie mobilne. Gra zapisana, no zajebiście, ziomuś. Dobra. Co my tu mamy? Próbka A. Próbka B.
Mobile equipment can't match it. We'll try back at the lab. Much larger database.
No to zbadamy sobie w laboratorium. Co my tu mamy? Ciski palców. Próbka A. Policyjna. O, coś jest.
You'll want to drag the partial over a full print to make sure they match up.
Tu raczej nie. Drugie? O, to już całkiem możliwe. Pasi. Dobra, mamy.
Hey, even in Vegas a guy can get lucky now and then.
Projekt psychologiczny, zachowanie aspołeczne. Ostatnio znane miejsce mieszkania Phoenix
Not
w
much of a
Arizonie.
record. Petty larceny,
Włóczęgostwo, drobna
vagrancy.
kradzież.
Psych profile indicates antisocial tendencies. Probably starting with his parents for naming him after a car. Last known address, Phoenix, Arizona. But somehow I don't think this turpentine can drifted into Vegas all on its lonesome.
Dobra.
Okay, that's a wrap for the mobile lab. Tow truck's been called for the cab. Should arrive in a while. Meanwhile, let's take this buggy back to CSI.
Dobra. Resztę w laboratorium ogarniemy. Mamy laboratorium. Dobra, najpierw to. I czy będziemy mieć? No pewnie, że będziemy mieć. O, to chyba to.
Hey guys, any luck with your red plastic what's it?
Our new fish here found a match to some artificial turf. But does this really look like artificial turf to you?
Well, it's brittle, badly faded. Life expectancy for artificial turf? 15 to 25 years. So this is way old. Newer turfs are UV protected.
So it's old, it's had hard use, and suffered exposure to UV. Theme park?
Miniature golf course, maybe?
Maybe. I'll get Brass to check out any old miniature golf courses that used red putting greens.
Red greens? That anything like blue whites?
I got a nagging memory of seeing that when I was a kid. Miniature golf with red grass? Worth checking out anyway.
To sprawdzimy później. Teraz jeszcze przeglądam ślady butów. Co my tu mamy? Jakieś buciki? Nie. O.
Match on the footprint. Common athletic shoes.
Dobra, buty do biegania. Co my tu mamy? Płatek nieznanej substancji. Nie. Nie.
You
Nie,
don't quite have
nie
a
to
match
chciałem
there.
nacisk. Kurde.
Little details make all the difference when you're doing a comparison. When you're sure, ask me for
Dobra,
a
nie
confirmation.
pitol.
Nope, those two
To
don't
nie.
match.
Dobra, czyli nie mamy nic na razie. Tu. O. Benzyna. Terpentyna. Terpentyna. No to... wszystko chyba. Na razie. Zobaczymy. O, w prosektorium. O, stary zgret. Co nam stary powie? Kurde, zakrwawił się. Skurwysyn. Co jest ziomuś z tobą? O,
Sure, I'll send a team right out.
dawaj po ciało, a nie pitul. Dobra.
I have an unusual autopsy finding for you. The victim was a racist. These tattoos are all white supremacist symbols.
No dobra. Grubas zajebany. Co my tu mamy? Jego koszulę. Hop!
Be nice to
No i
know who this
focio.
circled woman is.
Suka.
Papa had little attitude
Suka.
towards her, it seems.
No dobra, suka. Jeszcze skoczymy do... Dobra. Tu.
You've got traces of turpentine on the shirt. Pins down the accelerant used. Turpentine on both the can and the shirt. Links don't come much stronger.
No dobra, więc... Terpentyna go zjarała. O, dobra. To pora się udać do... Brasa. Po kiełbasa. O, skurwesem.
Hey, what's up?
Co tam? What's up?
We've confirmed Ed is no longer at his Phoenix address, but the PD there has no lead on any subsequent address, much less a current one. But I think we know he was somewhere in Vegas last night.
Dobra, nakaz przesłuchania dostępny.
Still working on that. Shouldn't be much longer, though. I'll give it a shot. Check back later. With fingerprints at the crime scene and his record? Yes, indeed. I'll see your warrant and raise it an APB.
Dobra. To co?
Once you got enough evidence.
Dobra, spytamy się jeszcze...
No,
Aktorka?
though if he'd lived a while, they'd likely have finished the job. These burns are consistent with an intense sudden fire. The kind of flares up fast and burns out the same way. Immediate cause of death? Asphyxiation. Vic inhaled toxic fumes, particulate matter, and vomit, the latter resulting from the toxic fume reaction. Essentially, he choked to death, aggravated by shock and abetted by the alcohol blood level over the legal limit for any driver, much less one behind the wheel of a cab. I'd say last night between 9 and 10 p.m. Can't notify the parents. They died 5 years ago, driving drunk. Late brother, cirrhosis of the liver. Lovely when a family has a shared interest. I have fingerprints for you, and DNA, of course. Running those fingerprints may strike gold, or anyway, DUIs.
Dobra.
Other than the usual ID, empty, including folding green. No cash box. Maybe the cabbie was having an off night. Or maybe we have a robbery motive.
No dobra.
Yeah, if you can believe it. 2 using red artificial turf. One's been abandoned for a good long while. You can go ahead and check that one out for trespassers, and if you find anybody, come on back and I'll get you a search warrant.
Dobra. Więc popylamy na Pole do minigolfa. Opuszczone. Las Vegas. Och. Co my tu mamy?
What do you know? This is the first time I got the windmill hole in one.
Tak w ogóle to jest gra od Telltale Games, która jest znana m.in. z The Walking Dead gry.
Close, dude, but no cigar. They call me Ed Freeborn, as in born free, like the old song, free as the wind. Not trespassing, passing through. Yo, since when is Vegas a police state? Gendarmes in this town ought to know all about citizens having a bum run of luck.
Bum is right.
Zdaje pan sobie sprawę, że wygląda pan zupełnie jak Ed Denville, który posiada krototek.
Whoa, that is eerie. But then they say everybody's got a doppelganger.
Well, let's go downtown for a little talk. Somebody who looks just like me has some questions.
Dowcipas. Dobra.
I already told you, my brothers. The correct designation is Freeborn. Ed Freeborn.
Yeah, right. Like the old song. I wonder what song your fingerprints will sing if we check them.
Now that is cold. Stone cold. This is supposed to be a town that understands second chances. I'm just one more dude trying to start over. Finish my parole clean. Check it out, you don't believe me.
Jaki sposób pańskie odciski palców znalazły się na karnistrze terpentyny, które palą taksówkarza?
My what on where?
He's dead, by the way. Technical term for that's homicide.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know a damn thing about any cabbie or fire or where'd the hell this go down?
Outside a foundry. Big metal sculptures are stored there.
Oh, yeah, sure, I've been there. See, I've been helping these crazy artsy-fartsy gals put up flyers for some whacked-out project of theirs. I've been helping them on this art deal, helping build it. So yeah, we used our share of turpentine on the thing. Probably got that crap all over me.
Co to za projekt?
These gals are, well, they're not just into art, they're into each other, comprendo? They've been putting this installation together. They call it a fire temple. They've been planning on being part of this big old wild festival out in the desert next month. So that terp can, it might have come from their pad.
Czy one mają jakieś imiona?
Deborah, she's Ms. High and Mighty Tribal Leader, self-appointed. And Liz bills herself as Bridget, the fire goddess. She's got a real pyro Jones, Liz does. Maybe she knows how your cabbie got burned.
Yeah, maybe she does. Got an address?
No prob. Just 'cause I got no fixed place of residence, don't mean I ain't a good citizen.
Panie Denville, gdzie pan był wczoraj między
At the
21 a
Windmill
22?
Suite, the miniature golf park.
Czy kiedykolwiek widział pan na wiatrniczej? Czy
Why don't you
ktokolwiek
check
widział
with the
pan?
couple hundred golfers who played through last night? Hey, you don't pick some deserted tourist trap to crash in 'cause you're looking for company.
Jeszcze jedno pytanie. Posiada pan buty do biegania?
I'm not into brand names, and anyway, I'm more of a boot kind of dude. Isn't that enough questions for now? Kinda like to get back to the old Windmill Suite before someone else claims it.
Sorry, Ed. You're not charged with anything right now. But you'll have to make do in the holding cell suite till we've checked out your story.
No dobra. To popylamy do domu przyuczyni plemienia. Oj, to jest sobie na rowerku. Jakaś chata.
Look familiar? Picture her with her face circled on a scorched flyer.
Dobra.
Nick Stokes, Las Vegas Crime Lab. My partner and I have a few questions for you.
Well, sure. But could you tell me what this is about? The crime lab doesn't drop by every day.
Czy zna pani jakiego Edsela Denwilla?
Isn't that a funny name? I'm sure I'd remember it if I'd heard it. And I don't and haven't.
Więc Eda Freeborn.
Oh, him. He's just this character who crashed with us a while. Why? What's he done? What's going on?
Pan Freeborn twierdzi, że pracował dla pani przy pewnym projekcie. Czy to prawda?
Not really, but sort of. Look, he's just a guy who answered one of our flyers. We're after people to join our, well, we call it a tribe, for an art festival out in the Black Rock Desert. Here, take one of our flyers. Ed was down on his luck, and my roommate Liz, she's always been a soft touch. So, anyway, we gave him some space to crash in. Only I insisted it would be in exchange for him working on our installation. After a few days, I didn't like much having him around, but Liz insisted. She's got a streak. Stubborn.
Liz, your roommate?
Yes, she's my partner in the art project. But let me think. Since we tossed Ed out on his backside a couple days ago, well, we haven't seen hide nor hair of him. Or anyway, I haven't, which is no great loss.
Mówiła pani, że możemy wziąć
If
ulotkę?
you don't mind, we'll take you up on your offer to take one. I see him right over there. Do you, partner? Excuse us a moment.
Widzę. Jest tam coś. Nic. Wie pani, w jaki sposób wasza ulotka trafiła ubiegłej nocy do kieszeni koszuli martwego taksówkarza?
Shirt pocket. Dead? What are you talking about? Did you say cab driver?
To spalił go żywcem.
Oh, how horrible. But surely that doesn't have anything to do with me, with us. Liz and I, we put flyers everywhere, all over Vegas. And our tribe needs artists, and we plastered the place. So this cabbie, he could have got that flyer just about anywhere.
Possibly, but on this particular flyer, your face is circled with the word, if you excuse me, bitch beside it. Does a cab
Błąd,
driver
suka.
named Bob ring a bell?
It doesn't ring anything. So he scribbled something nasty next to a woman's picture. So what? Do I have to tell you there's an army of weirdos out there? Misogynistic a-holes? Look, I have work to do. Art to create, actually. Are we done?
Na razie wszystko. Może nam pani powiedzieć, gdzie znajdziemy Liz Sunderland?
Liz? Why, she's in the backyard working on our fire temple.
Okej. No to do świątyni ognia. Patrzcie, ile domów. Czemu tak niskie jakości są te przerywniki? To jest dziwne, nie?
Crime scene? Are you kidding? How much are you people going to put me through? I reported it myself. It was a damn accident, and hell, I said I'd pay for the goddamn fence. Sorry, I don't mean to lose it or anything, but our neighbors are born-again tight-asses who don't exactly love living next door to an alternative lifestyle couple. Why don't you explain to them what discrimination means and tell them to back the hell off?
Gra zapisana. Dobra, gadaj. Nasza wizyta nie ma nic wspólnego z pani sąsiadami. Czy to pani świątynia ognia?
Oh, sorry. I thought the fire. Anyway, yes, this is our fire temple. We were planning to take it out to the festival.
Zamierzały panie już nie?
What? Did I say... Sorry, I'm just tired. So many stupid hassles today. Anyway, there's still a lot left to do, but yes, we are still planning to take it out to the festival. Why?
Zna pani niejakiego Edsela Denwilla? Być może pod nazwiskiem Ed Freeborn?
Ed? sure I know Ed, but I didn't know his name was... Anyway, sure, yes, Ed was helping us out with the temple, but he... Look, he's just another one of these free spirits. Took off. I have no idea where. Why? Is he in some kind of jam?
If you define jam as having his fingerprint found at a murder scene, yeah. On a turpentine can, to be specific. A can Ed said may have belonged to you.
Murder? Look, I can't believe Ed would say anything like that. Are you saying he tried to blame something on me? No. No way. No way in hell.
Czemuż nie?
Well,
Czemuż to?
you get to know people after a while, you know? And I know Ed. And Ed just wouldn't.
Ale użyła pani terpentyny w pracy?
Well, what do you think? I'm an artist. Look at how much painting I have to do. You're a detective. See if you can deduce if I'd have a use for turpentine.
Terpentyna jest. Czy znała pani Boba Kastnera?
Bob is the bastard who's been harassing Deborah. He's a Neanderthal with a taxi cab. Why are you asking me about that lowlife?
That lowlife is the victim someone burned to death in a cab using the accelerant turpentine. His remains were discovered in the foundry yard in the commercial district, not far from here.
That's sick. That is really sick. Is he... You mentioned murder before.
Nie żyje, padł ofiarą morderstwa.
Oh, God. I can't say I'm sorry he's gone, but I wouldn't wish a death like that on anybody.
Gdzie pani była wczoraj między 21 a 22?
Let me think. 9 and 10. Well, I would have been out walking. I do that a lot. After dark, when it's cool.
Alone. After dark?
Yes, alone. Why not? I'm a big girl. I can take care of myself.
Czy ktoś panią wtedy widział?
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't stop and chat with anybody or anything. Or see anybody else out walking. Sometimes I just like to be by myself. Like now, for instance. Are we through here?
Not my cell. Must be yours.
Hey, Sarah's in the garage. Wanted me to let you know she's got the cab ready. Brass out.
Okay, partner. You heard the man. I'll follow your lead. You been to the garage yet?
No to zapieprzamy do garażu. Garaż.
There you are. I've already pulled out the front seat. The rest is all yours.
Dobra. Co jest w tej taksie? O. Tareczka. Pudełko zapałek.
That's a gay bar over on East Sahara. A trendy one. Or...
Od razu z odciskiem.
Not the right tool for this.
Nie?
Not the right tool for this.
Nie? Naprawdę? Dawaj. Jeszcze. Mamy. Co my tu mamy? O, GPS. Dawaj go.
Ah, GPS device. Should be able to download our cabbie's route directly from this.
Mhm. Dobra. Co my tu mamy? O! Zapałka. I patrzcie, odcisk.
Not the right tool for this.
No to tym. Jeszcze raz.
Too bad it's only a
Albo nie.
partial print. Still, pardon the pun, we may get a match.
Jeszcze tu coś jest? Czy nope? Chyba nope. Tu? O, zapalniczka. Dobra. Odcisk.
Not the right tool for this.
No to pędzelkiem. Dawaj. Mamy. Dobra, nie ma już nic. Mamy drzwiczki. Aha, tu coś jest. Robal. Co my tu mamy? Za kartka. Dobra, bez odcisków. Dobra, teraz idziemy to pobadać wszystko, nie? Dobra, będzie dużo roboty w laboratorium. Odciski palców. Ed? Nie. Nie. Tu coś mamy w policyjnej? Nic. Czy w cywilnej teraz w policyjnej jest coś? Jest. Mhm.
Good match. Record of fire-related misdemeanors. Most recently, fire damage to our neighbor's fence.
Elizabeth.
This places our friendly neighborhood fire goddess in the cab sometime before the fire.
Nakaz rewizji dostępny. Spalenie pod sąsiadów, palenie liści, liczne kolczyki w uszach, farbowane włosy. Dobrze. Tu jeszcze mamy odciski palców ofiary. Policyjna. Nie. Drugi. No, możliwe, że tu. Nie. 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 O! I mamy.
Good job, partner.
What's cooking?
Hey, Gris. Cooking up a storm in here. My partner just confirmed the match matches our current holding cell celebrity, Ed.
So there's evidence of Ed Danville both inside and outside of the cab. Coincidence?
Could be. I've seen stranger things happen. And we've got a few other leads.
So what exactly did Ed light up with that match?
We'll find out. First of all, we'll see if he smokes. And I don't even care what. Later, Chris.
Dobra, mamy już więcej wyjaśnień. Tu zapalniczka. To używał zapalniczki. Nic. Policyjna, raczej cywilna. Nic. Może FBI? O, mamy. Nie. 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 Nie, nie, nie. Próbka B. Drugie. O! Mamy.
Print belongs to a Randall Watchie.
O luju, brązowe siwe włosy.
Hold on a minute.
Randall
Records
Watchie.
show Randall was put away a
Skazany
month
na
back.
5 lat pozbawienia
Don't figure he was
wolności.
catching cabs from his cell block.
Seksualne molestowanie osoby nieletniej. O luju. No nie za fajnie. Ciski palców ofiary. Co mi to ma dać? Nic. Policyjna. O. O. Był notowany przez policję.
So our cabbie does have a record. And it's a nasty one.
Robert
He was a
Custer.
gay basher. Literally.
Ogólna
Assaulted
głowa,
patrons
liczne
at 2
tatuaże.
local gay bars. Oh, and here's a real surprise. DUIs. One more, and he would have
Aresztowany,
lost his
prowadzenie
hack
po pijanemu.
license.
Aresztowany napad z pobiciem. Aresztowany napad z pobiciem, prowadzenie po pijanemu. Dobra. Poszukiwanie specjalne. Dowody. GPS.
GPS log has Bob driving through town before making his last stop of the night. Or ever. There are security cams all along this route. Good chance one may have picked up our perp. I'll ask Brass to go after any footage.
Dobra. Jeszcze mamy wyciąg z konta, zbadaj.
Now this is interesting.
Dobry.
Looks like our cabbie deposited a check for $500, written to him by Deborah. We need to find out how somebody harassing a party winds up getting payment from that party.
No. Ciekawe. Mamy coś nowego? Ha. Nie bardzo. No dobra. Mamy nakaz. Brass. Debra.
Direct evidence of Liz inside of the cab. Both ladies a possible source of turpentine, and the cabbie's history adds fuel to the fire. That property's been in litigation since the Rat Pack was still in town. I'll see what I can do, but it may take some time. Not yet. Check back. He's on his way to interrogation now.
Dobra, porozmawiamy sobie z podejrzanym, Edem. Dobra, Eddie. Kiedy i w jakim celu był pan w taksówce Boba Kastnera?
Who and where? Slow down, my brother.
U taksówkarza, który wczoraj spłonął.
Take a step back before you go blaming that on me. I took a cab a couple of days ago, Saturday I think, but I didn't ask the guy his name. Maybe it's your guy, maybe it ain't.
We found a used match with your print on it in the cab.
So maybe it is the cabbie who got burned, but so what? I smoke him when I got him, but what's that mean in the great scheme?
Co bezdomny włóczęga robił w taksówce?
Now that is harsh. I do odd jobs for cash. I can afford the occasional ride. Anyway, those lesbos, pardon my French, they were climbing all over each other, and not in a good way. Liz, she was all pissed off at Deb for God knows what and raving on about needing a cleansing. Next thing, Liz is lighting some pagan ritual fire that got way the hell out of hand and damn near burned the neighbor's fence down. Anyway, I tried to help put the thing out, and for my trouble, got Liz climbing all over my ass, also not in a good way. She said, "Get out, get the hell out of here," all freaked out, and man, this cab was on the corner, and I just grabbed it and told the cabbie, stop at the nearest bar.
Przed którym
The
barem?
random room, it's
It's called.
O której to było?
Oh, round 4, maybe 5. Closer to 5, I think.
Jak osmalił pan sobie brwi?
When do you think? When Miss Pyromaniac 1999's fire got out of control. That broad is brutal, man. She is out there.
Możemy pobrać kilka włosów?
I can spare a few for the cause. Hey, like I said, you don't have to have a 9 to 5 to be a good citizen. But if you find burn patches, remember, I was playing Citizens Fire Brigade for that hot Les.
Dobra, mamy włos. Chciałby pan jeszcze coś dodać?
No, that's everything. So, when do I check out of that holding cell and get back to my windmill, my brother?
We'll get back to you.
Dobra. Skoczymy jeszcze do laboratorium. A następnie do Debry, Pebry i innych. Dobra, mamy ten pitolony włos. Wow.
This puts Ed at the crime scene. Of course, he already told us he was there distributing flyers.
O, pasi. Nieźle. Dobra, lecimy do której by najpierw iść? Do przyuczyni może najpierw. Co wy na to? Dobra. Mam nakaz rewizji pani
You
domu.
don't need one, far as I'm concerned. Go for it. Nothing to hide here.
Czy to prawda, że Bob Kastner panią prześladował?
How did you guys find out about that? Liz, I suppose. Listen, you want to know something about me? Ask me.
Co naprzeciwko pani miał?
We went out a couple times back in high school. He seemed like a nice guy at first, before the real Bob started coming out. Freaking racist, flaming homophobe. Back then I hadn't come to terms with my, sexual orientation, but I knew Nazi talk when I heard it. I dumped Bob's bigoted butt like the day before prom. And let's just say he didn't take it well. But you know, that's ancient history, right? Only some people never quite dragged themselves out of high school, huh? Anyway, maybe 2 weeks ago, he must have got hold of one of our flyers, 'cause he started calling me. First he pretended to be nice and asked me out, for old time's sake, you know?
And that's when you let him know about your sexual orientation.
Not at first. I just tried to let him down easy. Said I was in a long-term committed relationship. And then he snaps. His voice all different, sarcastic, nasty as hell. And he says, "What, with some dyke?" So he knew all along about Liz and me. Maybe Ed told him. Maybe Ed handed him a flyer. You'd have to ask Ed about that. And then the calls started. Obscene, abusive, nightmare abuse. And I had his calls blocked. And then he kept driving up and down past my house in his cab. It was awful, really disturbing. I was scared half to death.
Złożyła pani skargę na Kastnera?
You bet your ass I did. Not that it did any good. I guess you people don't think it's harassment when somebody like me gets hassled.
Actually, we do. Of course, you don't need our help now. He won't be hassling you again, will he?
So that's what I get for being honest with you people? So that's what you do with a victim like me? You make me out a suspect. Well, maybe I'm not shedding any tears for Bob, but I had nothing to do with what happened to him.
Dlaczego wypisała pani Bobowi czek na $500?
Listen, I know it sounds crazy, but after I dumped him back in high school, he'd corner me in the hall and harp about the money he spent on prom. The limo, the rented tux, the corsage, how I owed him. So I thought, pay him off, pay him back. So I go out to that cab and say, how much to get you the hell out of my life? He says, not for $1 million, baby. I say, I'll give you $500 to just go away. And he says, done. And I did. And then he kept coming around anyway.
No dobra, to sobie popatrzymy troszkę. Punkt dokładności. Punkt dokładności. O, zapałeczki.
Same kind of matchbook we found in the cab. Minus the soot.
Takie same, no. Czyżby jest bieg okoliczności? Czyściutkie. Mamy robala? Ty chuju. Szpetny. Trzeci robal już. No dobra. Co tu mamy? Dokładności. Jak mamy punkt dokładności, to znaczy, że tam nie ma nic. Tu tak samo.
You're on the right wavelength, partner. But that's not the brand of shoe that left the crime scene print.
Na pewno. Mam nadzieję. dobra, chyba już tu nic nie ma. Tam? Dobra. Jednak nie. To teraz do drugiej. Do świątyni ognia. O, Las Vegas. To jest ładne takie. Ta wieża taka. Czyż nie? Punkt dokładności.
Nice
Terpentyna.
eyes. Same brand of turpentine as we found at the scene. We'll need a warrant to take this.
Aha, jeszcze nie mam nakazu, takie. To jeśli bowiem ciski palców na pudełku zapałek w taksówce Boba.
Well, that's nothing to call the media about. I just got tired of that character haunting our house and making a wreck out of Deborah. So I climbed in that cab and asked for a ride over to the nearby strip mall. And on the way, I really tore him a new one. Said if he didn't leave us alone, I'd get a restraining order on his pasty white ass. Then the a-hole flares up and his eyes pop out and his veins stick out and he's spewing all kinds of vile, foul crap at me. Turns out lesies like me are ruining this great country. All the while, he's still driving, but his eyes are on me in the rearview mirror, and now he's going about 50. So I wait for him to run out of steam and then calmly tell him I will call the cops if he doesn't stop the car. I'm digging into my purse for my cell at the time. So he slams on the brakes and pulls over and throws open the door and tosses my butt right out onto the pavement. Which must have been when and how I lost those matches, right? Anyway, he roars off and leaves me in a rough neighborhood, thank you very much.
O której to było?
You know, I'm not sure. 6, maybe?
Or 9, or 10, maybe.
You can try to squeeze me into your timetable all you want, champ. But the inconvenient truth is, I didn't torch that bastard. I have an artistic penchant for fire imagery, but that doesn't make me a pyro or a killer.
W miejscu zbrodni znaleźliśmy kanistery terpentyny z odciską palców Eda.
I said before, Ed's been helping us out with our fire temple. What, you think I'm the only artist in Vegas who uses that brand?
Mam nakaz rewizji pani Ogródka.
Based on what? Let me see that thing. Well, hell with it. Just get it done so I can get back to it.
Czy Ed Devil wiedział, że Bob nęka Debrę?
Man, can't get used to that high-class handle for freeborn. But, anyway, yes, sure. Ed was around all during the time Bob was making an ass of himself around us. And he also mentioned a cab driver he handed a flyer to lost it when he saw Deborah's picture. Later, Ed confirmed our stalker was the same guy.
Kiedy Ed wręczył ulotkę Bobowi?
Oh. Well, it's not like I marked it on the calendar. About 2 weeks ago?
Jak Ed zachował się w stosunku do
No, he
Boba?
didn't like the guy's nonsense any better than we did. Loudmouth bully and bigot. Ed sort of laid back, but for him, he was pissed all right.
No dobra. Bierzemy terpentynę. Oj. O nie, dobra. Mam nadzieję, że to nie ślad. No dobra, jest czyste. Punkt dokładności. Dobra. Co tu mamy? Chodź jeszcze wróć. Wróć. O jest, kurwiel. 4. Co my tu mamy? Wow!
Okay, we have 2 lesbians and 1 used condom. How exactly does that add up? This is important evidence. Be sure and check all sides for trace.
O fuck. Zużyta guma. Wow. Wow. Tu nic.
You're on the right
Buty.
track, partner. But that's not the brand of shoe that left the crime scene print.
Dobra. Chyba wszystko. Czekajcie. Dowody. Guma. O.
Nice work. Swabbing this condom inside and out should give us 2 sets of DNA, thanks to body fluids from both partners.
Wow. No, to może być ciekawe. Skąd na zapleczu świątyni wzięła się zużycia
I don't
prezerwatywa?
know. Neighbor kids who sneaked in for a quickie? I mean, that structure is in our backyard. Could be anybody. But me or Deborah, of course.
Chcielibyśmy poprosić od pani próbkę DNA.
Well, I wouldn't like you to. You can't do that without some kind of warrant, right?
That shouldn't be hard to get. You want to look good in this thing? I'd start cooperating.
What a charmer you are. Yes, yes. Go ahead. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Or so I hear.
Dobra, mamy.
Okay, we got lucky and located some security cam footage from a business along our roasted cabbie's route. Sarah will have it for you in the lab.
Dobra. Zapieprzamy do laboratorium.
Your hunch paid off. Here's a hunk of reality TV that you're gonna really get into.
Mamy film z kamery ochrony. Teraz sobie go przeanalizujemy.
There might be visual evidence on this tape. Play the video to watch the whole thing. Then, use the controls to look frame by frame.
Dobra. Otwórz.
If you find a frame that reveals new evidence, you can click to enhance it.
Dobra. Może teraz? O!
Hello! Check out that poncho design. We've seen that before.
O!
Remember?
To jest, wiecie,
Nice going, partner.
to było tam, gdzie... Tam, gdzie znaleźliśmy tą zużytą prezerwatywę, tam to było. Wych, oto chuje jebane. Raczej nie to. Oho. A
We've
jednak.
confirmed Liz engaged in heterosexual intercourse in the fire temple.
A jednak. Haha. A jednak.
Nope. Those two
Kurde,
don't
nie
match.
to! To jest gówno. Też nie to. Nie. Nie. Dobra. A jednak, a to suka. No to wracamy tam. Co teraz nam powie? Suczka jedna. Dobra, na początku weźmiemy sobie te poncho.
poncho matches the one seen on the security cam tape. And what do we have here? A singed area. Let's find out where this poncho came from.
Dobra, zaraz się dowiem. O, spalona plama. O.
This damage could easily have resulted from a flash burn.
No dobra. Czy jest to
Well, that
poncho?
belongs to Deborah. Or anyway, it used to. Haven't seen her wear it in ages. No idea what it was doing in there. I've said all I'm going to say for now.
No to teraz do Debry pójdziemy. A co? Kto jest kurwa tym jebanym zabójcą? Czy ma pani inne podobne buty?
I only have the one pair of running shoes. Sorry to disappoint.
Czy to poncho należy do pani?
Why, yes, that's mine. I misplaced it some time ago. Where on earth did you find
Z
that?
dupy. Zaplecza świątyni. Wie pani, jak się tam znalazło?
I didn't put it there. Liz might have borrowed it. She works later hours on the project than I do. I've known her to keep warm in that poncho, come to think of it.
Last time you remember seeing the poncho?
Really, I don't know. I don't wear it much anymore. In this climate, it was a little heavy. But just guessing, a month ago, maybe.
Chcielibyśmy pobrać od pani próbkę DNA.
Why not? I told you before, I had nothing to hide.
Nice to know.
Czy coś jeszcze przychodzi pani do głowy?
Well, this may not have anything to do with anything, but late Tuesday night, when Liz and I got home, things got kind of moved around in here. Not like the furniture had been rearranged or anything, just kinda off-kilter. I thought maybe somebody'd broken in, so we gave the place a good looking over. Only thing we found missing was a few dollars. And I mean a few, 15.
Domyśla się pani, kto je wziął?
Liz would kill me if she heard me say, but I think it was our friendly free spirit helper, Ed.
Eda, mówisz? No dobra, teraz zrobimy sobie ładną w laboratorium analizę tego, co znaleźli i się dowiemy, kto mówił prawdę.
These synthetic fibers were exposed to enough heat to melt the ends, but only for a very short exposure. A flash fire. We know the ladies play with fire, so this could have happened under normal circumstances. But our video evidence argues otherwise. How many people have this same poncho design?
Dobra, mamy nakaz przesłuchania Debry. Ale wiecie co? To plus DNA Eda. No nie mówcie. Jebali się.
Well, Ed was definitely one of the two to tango.
Jebali się,
Hey Chris,
skurwiele.
check this out. Looks like Liz and Ed generated some heat in the old fire temple.
The fire goddess consummated with Mr. Free as the Wind?
An elemental attraction, so the evidence says. Wonder who initiated it.
Well, wouldn't you say that air stokes fire, Nick?
Yeah, I get it. Let's go, partner.
O kurwa. A widzicie. Widzicie jednak. O ja pierdolę. Dobra, spytamy się Brasa. Możemy dostać nakaz. Dobra, Finch.
Bob's harassment gives Deborah a murder motive, and she owns that singed poncho that matches the video footage. All right, let's bring her in and hear her story.
Wysłamy jej historii.
We'll start with the dead cabbie, who was your spurned high school prom date. A known gay basher who has lately made making your life miserable his hobby. Your singed poncho was found at the crime scene, likely worn by whoever gave Bob his Viking funeral, skipping the step of him being dead first.
How many times do I have to tell you? I haven't seen that poncho for a month, at least. I haven't the slightest idea how it got burned or wound up out in the fire temple, and Liz says the same.
Zatem gdzie pani była we wtorek między 21 a
Well,
22?
we had another fight. Sort of the aftershock following the big quake. If you've ever been in a relationship that had a bad bump, well, you'll understand. Anyway, Liz stormed out and was gone so long that I got worried. Got in my car and drove around for hours looking for her.
O której Liz wyszła?
Geez, I don't know. I mean, I was so upset, I'm not sure. Close to 6, I think.
So you were out driving around?
Yeah, I went everywhere. All the places we usually go, you know? I got home maybe midnight, and Liz came in about 10 minutes later.
Ktoś panią widział między 21 a
Really,
22?
I don't know. I hardly knew where I was at that point, and I sure don't remember now.
Co dokładnie zaszło między panią Bobem Kanstnerem, że zaczął panią prześladować?
You already know our high school history. Add that to him being a bigot, full of hate, who came out of a hideous, dysfunctional family. What it comes down to, he couldn't handle me choosing a woman over him.
So finally, enough was enough. The phone call harassment, the cab constantly driving by, a stalker on wheels. You flagged him down, you got in the cab, you said you wanted to talk, only you were burning mad, enough to burn him out of your life. Permanently.
All that turpentine around your place? Plus you know your way around fires, thanks to Liz. Bob wouldn't cooperate, so you lit a fire under him. Literally.
I did not. He was a beast, a monster. But taking a life is not my way. It's not who I am. It's against everything I believe, foreign to every fiber of my being.
Tak powiadasz. Jak mogłaby pani określić stosunek Liz i Eda?
What relationship? He was just this freak passing through who stopped long enough to help us with our art project and, you know, put up flyers and stuff.
So you didn't know things had gotten hot and heavy between them? Behind your back?
You make it sound like an affair. All it was a night where things got out of hand is all. Liz and that freak got together one time. One time. He got her drunk and laid a smooth line on her and anyway, that happened Saturday night. And I saw them together. And Liz and me, we had this big knockdown drag out. Not physical, just verbal, but a big fight, okay? And she promised me it was just this one time. It would never ever happen again. She went and set this bonfire to show the fling was flung and she would cleanse herself and our space of the creep. And like I said, she was kind of drunk. Fire about got out of control. Anyway, Ed crawls out of his hole somewhere and tries to pitch in. With stopping the fire, Liz starts screaming at him and he books it. Never came back. She was crying and I was crying. Not that any of this is any of your business. Well, we got the fire out at least. Neighbor's fence, a little worse for the wear.
No dobra. Wróćmy do biurobrasa. No i weźmiemy sobie nakaz Liz Sutherland.
So Liz plays with fire, huh? Bring her in and apply a little heat. Let her feel the burn. Record of fire-related misdemeanors, and are currently building something called a fire temple. Plus your fingerprint and turpentine were found at the scene of a murder by immolation. Combustible stuff, Liz.
Dobra, pogadamy sobie. Uważa, że zabiła pani Boba Kastnera.
For you, this is all about science, right? Reading the evidence. But you need to look through my artist's eyes to understand that I couldn't have done this. To me, fire is cleansing, a ritual of rebirth, phoenix from ashes. Would I waste something so precious on a sack of human excrement like Bob?
Oh, I don't know. Sacks of human excrement rate high on my list of things needing cleansing. You knew Bob was a gay basher and was harassing Deborah. You were taking steps to protect your lover.
You hailed Bob's cab for a ride. After a while, had him pull over, doused him with turpentine, and did a little cleansing on him.
No. I confronted him about his harassment, yes, but he's the one who got violent. He threw me out of his cab. Must have been drunk out of his mind. Guys, get serious. We're artists. Gentle people. We don't destroy. We create.
Yeah, right. With fire.
Dobra, proszę przypomnieć, o której godzinie Bob wyrzucił panią z samochodu.
Didn't I say 6? No, wait. We drove for a while. Maybe closer to 6:30?
So when did things first, heat up between you and Ed, Liz?
Well, that's just nonsense. You know my orientation.
DNA doesn't lie, Liz. We found a used condom, used by Ed and you. Fire Temple gate swing both ways? I think you talked your new lover into helping you do more than just create art. Who knows? Maybe he gets a kick out of setting fires too. Anyway, you brought the turpentine and the matches, and Ed doused Bob with the turpentine and lit the fire.
And you're supposed to be a scientist? You're adding 2 and 2 and getting 48. Okay, so Ed and I got hot and heavy one night. Too many stars and too much wine, and Deborah caught us at it. And she didn't know that I was bi, and she just went off the deep end. I've been struggling to put the pieces back together ever since, which is why I kicked Mr. Freeborn out on his neo-hippie ass, okay? Ed's a user, a manipulative jerk who preaches freedom and then does everything he can to control you. I'm onto him now, but even when I wasn't, I wouldn't commit murder. My God, I'm an artist, not an arsonist.
No dobra, wezwiemy sobie tu Eda.
He's on his way to interrogation now.
Eddie... Ja wiem, że odbył pan stosunek z Liz boginią
What
ognia.
happened? Didn't work out for you?
What makes you think I was with that lesbo?
Huh? A little condom told us.
So, since when is trying for a conversion get you a flag on the play? So, we did the nasty out in the artsy temple. So what? Don't tell me sex is illegal in Sin City now.
No, but setting cab drivers on fire can get you pulled over.
Może pomógł pan Liz zabić Boba Kastnera.
Maybe Liz solicited your help to protect Deborah from a known gay basher.
Hey, Deborah's a major pain in the ass bone, you dig? So an old flame of hers gives her some grief. Why should I give a crap? So an old flame of hers goes up in smoke. That, too, I could give a damn about. And you can stir in Liz the Les... more trouble than she's worth. Or otherwise, why would I be sleeping in the windmill suite?
Because Deborah caught you bumping uglies with her one and only? Just a guess.
Podarł pan sobie dżinsy na płocie.
They ripped while you were getting away. Or should I say, trying to.
Plus, we have your print on the turpentine can. Also on the match used to give the cabbie a light.
You got wax in your ears, dude? I already explained all this. I had a smoke in the cab earlier. I was around turpentine all the time helping Liz with the temple. Get it? As for tearing my pants, thinking back, that must have happened when I went out to that foundry for a gander at those sculptures. Squeeze through the fence to get a better look. Must have happened then.
W jakim celu był pan w hucie?
I told you before, I was spreading flyers for the fire goddesses, trying to recruit the young and confused for their tribe.
You're spreading something right now, but let's move on.
A może świadczy pan Debrze przysługę i pomógł Liz spalić taksówkarza?
Could be you're looking at the only innocent party in this fire fest. Talk to those crazy bitches who threw me out. One obsessed with purifying by fire, the other the object of your dead cabbie's infections. Last I saw him, Liz was begging to get back in Deborah's good graces, saying she'd do anything for Deb if she took her back. Anything. And then poof. One cabbie turned crispy critter.
Well, thanks for your sensitive insights. That's it for now.
Oluj nakaz rewizji dostępny. Brasa, no to teraz do Brasa. I pole golfowe. Raczej pole do minigolfa.
I already gave it to Nick. Meet him out at the miniature golf course. Oh, and Ed's story about taking a cab to the bar on Saturday? Didn't check out. Good thinking, nailing him on the specifics during questioning. Cab company has no record of a fare there on that day.
Dobra. Puszczone pole do minigolfa. Jedziemy. Co my tu mamy? Pole do jebanego minigolfa.
Hey, partner. I checked out Ed's bedroll in the windmill. Nothing useful in it. If he had any other clothes, he got rid of them.
Dobra. No to rozpoczynamy śledztwo.
Appears Ed didn't like having a hole in the
No to,
middle
że...
of his suite. Stuff something in there. Man, what are you, the club pro? Didn't hear the ball come out the other end though, so let's take a look.
Rzućmy okiem. Kosz. Nic nie ma w koszu. O luju. Wróć.
I can see something stuffed in there. One more ball ought to do the trick.
No to na drugą piłeczkę. Dawaj.
Hole in one, or maybe one more in the hole.
O, pieniążki.
If they had MVPs in miniature golf, you'd be it, Slick. That's a tightly rolled, rubber-banded wad of money that was stuffed down there in Ed's little bank.
No to ładnie. Bierzemy.
This may answer the question of why the cabbie had no money on him. Or in his vehicle.
Oho, włos. Jeszcze może? Coś na tym włosie? Znaczy się na rulonie banknotów. Nic. 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 Dobra. Dobra, zaraz się okaże, kto to zrobił. Rozwiążemy sprawę. No ale może jeszcze znajdziemy ostatniego robala przy okazji. Tu raczej nie ma. Nie ma. I jest. Proszę
Wow,
bardzo.
your bug hunting skills are impressive. You've got a future in entomology.
No i robale załatwione. No dobra, lecimy do laboratorium. No i to już jest zaledwie chwila, kiedy poznamy wszystko. Po prostu. Terpentyna.
Our dirty money was drenched in turpentine, just like the cabbie.
No to chyba już ostatnie. Się chyba teraz dowiemy. Mam nadzieję. Włos. Eda? Nie, Eda nie. Ed jest czysty, jak widzicie. Debry. Nie debry. Lis? Nie lis. Ofiary.
The hair with the money belonged to our Vic. Of course, he was bald, so I don't even want to know where this hair came from.
Oho. Dobrasa. Nakaz aresztowania.
I've seen in a while. Think we should have another chat with freeborn Edsel, don't you?
No to... Ed, niestety. W mi golfa przydarzyła się zabawna rzecz przy 8 dołku.
Funny strange or funny hysterical?
Hysterically strange. My partner here scored a hole-in-one with 2 balls.
You lost me at hello.
Może ja pomogę. Dostał pan sporą wypłatę. Już coś świta?
Oh, you mean my hidey hole. Well, sure, no problem, my brothers. I can explain that.
No, let me. After Liz tossed you out, you had no place to stay and no money. So you came back Tuesday night, you found your hostess is gone, and you helped yourself to 15 bucks. Oh, and for warmth on a cool Vegas night, you stole Deborah's poncho.
I don't know what you've been smoking, Captain Brass, but it can't be legal.
Tak samo jak kradzież albo morderstwo.
You knew that poncho and the record of harassment would implicate Deborah in Bob's burning. And you were pretty pissed off at the cab driver anyway for just generally being a small-minded jerk. You know, a free spirit like you.
You took the turpentine, too. Evidence pre-selected to put the blame on the fire goddesses. Settling a grudge or two, even as you built your bankroll from nothing to something.
It was easy to find Bob's cab to hail. Hell, he kept driving up and down in front of Deborah's.
You told the cabbie to take you to the foundry yard. When you got there, you doused him with turpentine and threatened to set him on fire if he didn't give up his cash. He gave you the money, but you lit him up anyway. The flash fire singed your hairs and the poncho. Once out of the cab, you ditched the turpentine can and slid through the fence. In a hurry to get away, you tore your jeans.
No i wszystko układa się w jedną całość. Widzicie?
Then you ditched your clothes and shoes and headed back to Deborah's, where you planted the poncho in the temple. So you got his money, but you really wanted to get even with the women, and maybe with Bob himself.
You got it wrong. I doused the guy, okay, and he handed over his money, but I didn't want it. I was just trying to scare him out of being such a bastard to Deborah, right? I lit a match, but I was just trying to scare him. He went for my hand and the match dropped and we both got burned.
And you just grabbed the money to save it from the flames.
Be cool! It could have happened that way, right? And if it didn't, if I did do it the way you say, then all I really did was rid this beautiful planet of one ugly bigot. And you should give me a medal, not put my ass away. Maybe I was sticking up for those fire goddesses and their lifestyle. And mine! All we really wanted to do was live free, to spread the love. And the bigots of the world, the Bobs of the world, they're the ones that deserve to get burned.
You said it yourself, Mr. Freeborn. You and Bob both got burned. And where you're going, you'll find a lot of people living alternative lifestyles, including white supremacists like the late cab driver. You'll have plenty of opportunity to spread the love.
Dobra, wykonaliśmy pierwszą sprawę. Jest zajebiście.
That's one dude I don't mind roasting in the can. All this talk of heat, though, I'm ready for a soda. You want one? I'll meet you in the conference room right after Grissom gives you his eval.
Dobra, teraz ocena.
All right, here's your evaluation. For evidence, you found everything there was to find. For hints, you didn't need any at all. And, at the end of the day, you followed the evidence to a clear conclusion. I can't argue with that. Good work. You did very well, though as I noted, there's still some room to improve. I'm giving you an above-average grade. And by the way, thank you for all the new specimens you found for my collection. I'm recommending you for an extra bonus. Great hunting.
Materiał dodatkowy można obejrzeć w dowolnym momencie. Dobra, skończone.